Precision medicine is expanding in healthcare and can impact a patient's treatment and outcome. St. Luke's Center for Precision Oncology is the only program in a 450-mile radius that offers special expertise to treat a patient's cancer mutation and not just the location of the cancer. Thanks for joining us for this week's Health News You Can Use. I'm Lindsay Stish. This week we're talking about how precision medicine works, how it helps treat a patient with cancer, and St. Luke's new research efforts surrounding precision medicine. With me today is Dr. Janakiraman Subramanian, oncologist and director of St. Luke's Center for Precision Oncology. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Lindsay, and it's great to be here.
Can you first explain what precision medicine is?
Right. The idea or the concept of precision medicine has been around now for several years, actually. Now, in general, when we see a patient, we try to diagnose what condition or disease they may have, and the treatment is then based on how we treat the disease. But now the idea of precision is to not just take into account the diagnosis or the disease type, but also to take the individual patient characteristics into account when we develop our treatment plan. So this could be many things, such as the patient's living environment, their diet, their individual genetics, their whole biology. So taking into account these unique individual patient characteristics and then developing an appropriate treatment plan is what precision medicine is about.
So how does precision oncology benefit a patient?
Right. So this concept of precision medicine, I think, has been very effectively applied, particularly in oncology. And until very recently, when we treat a patient with advanced stage cancer, we make a diagnosis, say, of lung cancer, and based on that, we provide them a treatment. But the treatment we give for a patient with advanced stage lung cancer is different from what we do for a patient with advanced stage breast cancer, or colon cancer, or pancreatic cancer. So the cancer type is what that defined the treatment for these patients. But now with precision oncology, we are able to use a very cutting-edge technology called next-generation sequencing, where we are able to analyze the individual patient's tumor, identify their unique molecular characteristics, and then apply a treatment that is specific to them and their particular tumor molecular characteristics.
Wow, that's great. So tell me more about how this helps with treatment options for each patient.
Right. So when we diagnose a patient with an advanced stage cancer, there are a certain number of treatment options that are available to them as standard of care is what we do. But as we know, in most cases, an advanced stage cancer is not curable. It's treatable, but not curable. And in many cases, the number of options we have are limited. But precision oncology has the potential for identifying the molecular changes that drives the cancer, and based on that, identify the most appropriate treatment option, or possibly even an additional treatment option from what is considered standard of care. So it can potentially expand the number of treatment options available to them. That's one way it can benefit the patient. The other is that by finding the most effective therapy of all the available options. Also, when we do that, we may be able to choose a treatment that would be far more tolerable for them. Now, we know that cancer treatments in general are not easy on our patients. They can have side effects. So sometimes when you choose the most effective treatment, it's not just about targeting the cancer really well, but also something that the patient can tolerate as well.
What makes St. Luke's Center for Precision Oncology unique?
Right. So precision oncology, which is actually application of genomic testing in cancer treatment, is actually more widespread than it was 10 years ago. But our program is the only one that has a dedicated precision oncology program. We apply next-generation sequencing or genomic sequencing in some cancers, but in other cancers it is not as well developed. And so people use it sort of sporadically. And it varies from cancer type to a different cancer type. But with this program, this is a dedicated program where we are able to provide these services to our oncologists and patients so that we can help them identify if genomic sequencing is an appropriate test for a particular patient. And we then help them with identifying a treatment that might be most effective for them. And the way we do that is, it's not just one person, it's a team of people coming together. So I'm part of this Precision Oncology program along with Dr. Ludmila Schaefer and Dr. Pleward. So we have dedicated tumor board conferences where we sit down, discuss our individual patients, and we have 2 dedicated pharmacists who review every patient, and they are key to identifying the treatments, approaching the pharmaceutical companies or the payers to help with obtaining those treatments for our patients. And also we have a dedicated research coordinator that works with the team. And if there is a clinical trial outside of this institution, they are the ones that are helping us to communicate with them and connect those patients with the clinical trials. Plus, we have research coordinators that are involved in maintaining the research database, collecting the clinical and genomics data, consenting our patients. So as you can see, it's a program that requires several moving parts for it to succeed, and there's a whole team that's dedicated to that. And when we make our recommendations, this whole team comes together and provides their expertise on that. Plus, we also have Dr. John Thomason, who's a molecular pathologist who's trained specifically in this discipline, who also brings his expertise to that program. Plus, we, apart from having a St. Luke's specific tumor discussion program, we also have a regional Midwest Precision Oncology Consortium, which meets once a month, and we have people from outside of this institution, people who treat patients outside of St. Luke's, also joining in, discussing their patients, and also providing their inputs, because obviously knowledge is widespread and nobody has a complete monopoly on it. So having this team effort where we have a wide variety of experts coming together and providing their insights, where we learn from them and they learn from us, is what makes this program very unique.
Absolutely. Well, what's your final message for people who are watching today?
So, cancer as a disease is best prevented. It's never easy to go through with cancer. For that matter, any disease, but cancer in particular. So prevention is the key. If we can avoid developing cancer, that's the priority. But once a patient has an advanced stage cancer, then I think understanding what drives this cancer, what is the molecular architecture of this cancer, can give us an understanding of the disease type more than what other diagnostic tests can do, and it can be a very important adjunct. It can inform that, so that the treating physician knows more about this cancer and then develop a treatment plan based on that, which can then essentially improve our chances of getting this cancer under control and also being able to tolerate the treatment and manage the side effects better. So I think looking at molecular testing as part of cancer management is very key to getting the best possible outcome.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
If you'd like to find out more about St. Luke's Center for Precision Oncology, visit stlukeskc.org/precision oncology. You can also stay up to date with all the latest developments on the COVID pandemic and other health news from St. Luke's at stlukeskc.org/news. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time on Health News You Can Use.